And that was really sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and okay, I've been saying for so long, and that reminds me, do not let me forget about the Robin series. Do not let me forget about the Robin series. But that reminds me, I've been wanting, and I know I'm not the only person, but like other like serious, like hardcore Bat family members have been wanting a book about the Bat family, like not just about Batman, but like specifically about the Bat family.
Isn't that kind of what Detective Comics is supposed to be?
That's what it's supposed to be, but it always falls back on Batman. It's like Batman, like the head of every single story. Like that's not what like.
Wait, like mute your mic and unmute it. Like your mic just went really weird.
I think it's because the motorcycle went back.
Okay.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They always fall like the stories always fall back on Batman in Detective Comics. Which I mean, like I'm fine with. We're both huge Batman fans. Like I'm fine with that. But like,
but you know, Batman has his own comic called Batman. He doesn't.
Yes, he is. I think he has like 5 different concurrent series going right now, and I'm like, give me something like not. Give me something Bat Family, but not Batman.
Yeah.
But
no, I feel the same about the live action movies. Like I like Batman, but give me a Nightwing movie. Give me an actual proper Birds of Prey movie with Black Canary Huntress and Oracle, or her. She could be Batgirl. Honestly, she could be both really. But yeah, like
I hope that's what they're doing with this new Matt Reeves universe.
Yeah, like give me a live action, a proper live action Cassandra Cain. Because, like you said, that Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey is sad.
I don't even know who that like.
It's sad. That wasn't Cassandra Cain. That was some random Asian girl that Harley Quinn picked up off the street.
I swear to God, that was like the worst ever.
And, like, give us a like if you're gonna give us, like I said before, if you're gonna give us Harley Quinn with the ensemble group, make it Gotham City Sirens. I'd like a Gotham City Sirens movie.
I would too. I'm not even a big fan. I don't like Harley Quinn at all. Actually, like I genuinely do not like Harley Quinn as a character.
I love some Batman animated series, and because of that show, I loved Harley Quinn. Also, the Harley Quinn cartoon itself made me really like Harley Quinn. And
I do not like Harley Quinn,
especially them.
But I love Poison Ivy, and Catwoman is one of my favorite DC characters, and so I'm like,
Catwoman's fantastic.
Catwoman is amazing. Like Catwoman is just like I'm not gonna say she's the perfect character, but like. Female characters that are like super morally ambiguous but always leaning towards the hero are like my favorite female. Like Elektra, I was just saying, like I love Elektra. Like I always read Elektra series. Like, I love Catwoman.
She loves stealing things, but she, for the most part, is always there to help people.
Yeah, she's. I can't even really say she's like an anti-hero anymore because she's like genuinely a hero now at this point. But like
she hasn't really been.
She still steals.
Close to it in a while. Like she enjoys stealing, but she also helps people. So
yeah,
it's like it's like Robin Hood. She steals and she enjoys it, but then she also gives back.
Gives it back to the poor. Yeah, but that reminds me of because I was this Nightwing run has been giving me all the Bat Family content I want. Dick and Barbara are they're an actual couple of kind of. They haven't really like confirmed it, but like they're basically a couple. Yeah. Which is great because back before Infinite Frontier started, at the very like tail end of Rebirth, when they were doing the whole Dark Multiverse thing, they got married. Like Bruce literally like married them, and they were like, if we make it through this, we'll get our marriage annulled, but we're gonna actually date and we're gonna give it. What?
Is Bruce ordained?
Probably. It's Bruce. He married them some. But like, it's Bruce Wayne. He's probably ordained. Let's be real here.
I mean, if anything, I would expect Alfred to be ordained and for him to marry.
Alfred probably is ordained, but like, you can't convince me that Bruce isn't ordained. Like, you can't convince me that he's not ordained. It's Batman. But like, they got married and they were like, if we make it through this, which they obviously made it through this because it's a Nightwing series, Barbara in it. They're not dead. Then we'll get our marriage annulled and we'll date for real this time. So it's like, it's very much so they're not confirming anything, but we all know they're dating. Yeah. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the Bat Family has a group chat, and I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I've been wanting, because like the Bat Family, like realistically, when you look at all these characters, all of them are like mid-20s or younger. Yeah.
Except for
Like
Bruce.
the oldest Bat Family character that's not Batman is probably Barbara. Barbara's like a year older than Dick, and Dick is like
Yeah,
23,
also
24.
Kate is probably the second
No,
oldest.
I keep forgetting she exists. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a huge Batwoman fan, but like I definitely keep forgetting she exists. She's in her like late 20s.
Yeah, I think she could be interesting, but they failed to do interesting things.
They failed to do anything with her. She was cool in like the beginning of Rebirth Detective Comics, and then they dropped that instantly.
Because she could be a really good anti-hero, but they just be dropping the ball.
Like she killed Clayface, and then they did nothing with that at all, and then she just like faded to the background, and I'm like, where's Batwoman? But yeah, so what'd you say?
How do you kill Clayface?
He was reverted back to his human form somehow. I don't remember because I didn't really like it.
That happened in Detective Comics. That was a case of Detective Comics not being exclusively about Bruce.
No, that's what I'm referring to though. Is that's when he reverted back to his human form. She had a sniper rifle. Batman was trying to talk him down, and then she just shot him in the head. And I was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, and Red Hood was like, I don't see anything wrong with this. He was like, I don't see anything wrong with this.
That made me a little mad though, because like he had reformed at that point. But
no,
anyway,
he'll never reform.
Clayface definitely reformed at that point.
Not Clayface. I was talking about Red Hood.
Oh no, I was talking about Clayface. I'm like, Clayface reformed at that point. Like there was no reason she had no reason to shoot him. So I understand what Batman did when he kicked her out. But
yeah, definitely.
When you look at these characters consistently, they should act like a family. And you see them acting like a family sometimes, but for some reason the writers are just like afraid to let characters act realistically.
I need some slice of life Bat Family moments. I need them just hanging out.
Yes, thank you. That's all I've wanted. Because I'm like, if you really look at them, that's how they would consistently. They're literally family. Like they are family. Why are you making them so angsty all the time? Like that's not them.
You know, I read a lot of fan fiction, and there's just one I read.
I was not expecting you to start that off.
But
that's not how I was expecting you to start off that sentence.
Like, the main character in this is Damien, and like some fan created character, and the interactions between Damien and the rest of the former Robins in that in this fan fiction is really interesting. He's essentially like he's played as a bit of the straight man. He's the more serious character, and he's always pretty much he just hates Tim. And anytime Tim's around, he finds a reason. He just finds a reason to say something about him. And it's good. I like the interactions between them in that story. And I would like to see something interesting. Something similar to that in a comic or a show or movie or animated something.
But I don't know if you've been looking at DC Comics Instagram story, but they've been putting up polls for future series that are going to get made. And one of them is The Robins for Dick, Jason, Tim, and Damien. And hopefully Duke is going to be in it because Duke is a Robin, technically. Stephanie. He keeps saying he's not Robin, but he was Robin at one point. So
Stephanie was Robin too.
Stephanie was, oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She was Robin for like a week, and Batman literally used her to manipulate Tim into being Robin again. Like that was the only reason she was Robin. And he was like, I need your boyfriend back in the role, so I'm gonna use you to get him back. Like she was literally Robin for a week, and she wasn't even that bad. He just didn't want to.
Like, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, man, I want a Detective Comics show. I always think about that, right? What if we get a show, but what are you gonna call it? You can't call it Detective Comics because it's not a comic, it's a show. And you can't call it Detective Show. That sounds weird.
That sounds stupid.
Detective Serious?
That still sounds stupid. I'm not gonna lie, it still sounds stupid.
You just call it Detectives? I don't know, but
I know they're naming the video game this, but call it Gotham Knights because like that's what it's about.
Yeah, you're right. It could be called Gotham Knights, and I would love to for it to focus on different members of the Bat family every now and again. Sometimes, Cassandra, sometimes Tim, Nightwing, Barbara.
Like different arcs of,
Red Hood. Just
different arcs of the seasons would be fine.
I really want people who don't read the comics to see more of Cassandra. Because they have
she's one of my favorite DC characters, and they keep like
they need to
say they do anything because they don't like she's treated well in the comics. She's only been in live action one time, and the one time they put her in live action they mess her up terribly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of another character that they messed up.
So before we go on to Invincible, you want to talk about Robin?
The comic?
Yeah, you said you wanted to talk about Robin.
Oh yeah. No, I was just mentioning that it exists because or that it potentially exists because I'm very excited for that.
Oh, the Robins, that's what you want
to remind me. Wait, what?
I said, oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, you did remind me. Like 2 more things, and I promise we can talk about Invincible. One, I mentioned this like a little bit ago. I really, really, really hope that Matt Reeves' Batman universe begins and like spreads out to the Bat family.
Yeah.
Or I would take we've talked about this a couple of times, a Batman animated series in like the 3D animated style of that one digital artist. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll put up a picture.
The 3D one, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll put up a picture.
Okay, and like I would want that to spread out into an animated universe of like Bat Family TV shows, like or Bat Family animated shows. That'd be awesome. That's one.
I wouldn't be
Two,
if they kept Brendan Thwaites as Nightwing. I think he's a good Nightwing.
I think he can be cast better, but I can't really complain because he's not that bad. He just the material has been.
He just needs to not be brooding because that's not Nightwing.
I just think the material has been garbage for Titans, and that's my problem with it. But